Dr. Fauci, it is good to see you again.
Same here.
You've been doing amazing work for quite some time. Let me ask you, first question, you're looking very fit. Have you still been out there running?
I have every day, Mr. President, every day. Usually, well, actually every evening. I don't get out. The day is packed, as you might imagine, but the evening is good. We get it in.
Well, you've got to get it in, and the weather is improving. I should tell you that I love running outside as long as it's above 50 degrees. So,
you know, you and I are right on. I'm a wimp. Anything lower than 50, sorry.
Not gonna happen. I see folks in shorts running in 40-degree weather. They're insane. I know that you were involved in the various groups that helped to develop this set of vaccines. Tell us a little bit about the process for the creation of the vaccines. How is it that we were able to develop vaccines as quickly and vaccines that are as effective as they are? Because historically, it's been taken a lot longer to develop vaccines for a disease that is this severe. What was it about the process that allowed us to do that? Is it technological? Does it have to do with new methods, new systems? And you know, how was your office involved in that process?
Okay, so that's really a critical question that I believe the general public doesn't fully appreciate. So the virus was identified and sequenced and made known to the public in the first week in January of 2020. And 11 months later, we had vaccine going in people's arms. That is totally unprecedented. It usually, as you say correctly, years before you get a successful vaccine. What is hidden behind that is that for decades prior to that, the investment in biomedical research in developing new platform technologies, the mRNA techniques that we worked on for years before SARS-CoV-2, the using structure-based vaccine design that had been going on for HIV, we transferred that technology to show that if you get the spike protein, which is that part of the virus that binds to the receptor, if you get it in the right conformation and you freeze it there by making mutations, it's enormously more immunogenic than the regular protein. You recall when you visited the Vaccine Research Center with me here on the campus, it's the same investigators that I introduced you to were the ones who were working on HIV, who switched over, used their technology to develop the immunogen for COVID-19, and then all of a sudden everything took off. So when you say it was quick, well, it started back when you were in the White House.
Yeah.
So and even before then.
After 2 decades, you were an overnight success.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But I think you know, just to convert this into layperson's terms, essentially, rather than going through a trial and error process where you see the disease for the first time, you're trying to figure out what does it do, how does it work, what kinds of immunizations might work against it. Here, you already had a bunch of structures in place that allowed you to both pinpoint what exactly the disease was doing and also figure out with much greater precision, much more quickly, the kind of vaccine that would be effective and tailored to this particular disease. Is that accurate?
That's perfectly accurate, Mr. President. But there's also another thing, that scientific base that allowed it to happen, the extraordinary investment that was made in Operation Warp Speed to essentially get 6 companies involved, essentially bankroll a lot of what they did, pre-purchased doses so that you could get them produced before we even knew the vaccine worked, allowed us to, once we hit the ground, boom, it was there.